Bridge you just crossed is falling into ruins, and the passage ahead is sealed by a cave quake. Humans don't come back here anymore. This is fortunate because the patch of mushrooms which recently sprouted up is useful for alchemy. Yay! Patrick's Tower. Before I go into Patrick's Tower, I want to sell some stuff because I might be picking things up in Patrick's Tower. The water reeks of sulfur. I know. Didn't we already read that one? Go away, patrol. I got more iron plate mail, right? Yep. I thought so. And there's a store here, isn't there? You're the priest. I thought there was some kind of store here. You. Yeah, there is. Core chainmail, iron plate mail. Yubo. I think this is the worst prices I've seen so far, but they're a poor village, so... Doggone it. Dude. A short old man with a shovel and a bucket. He is busily weeding the base of a very large tree. With the war going on, you wonder why he bothers. You ask him, "Excuse me, but why are you out here alone?" Bows to you, that he says, "I am a humble gardener in His Majesty's Royal Forest Preserve. I must fulfill my duty regardless of our enemies. It is my honorable duty." With that he bows to you and resumes weeding. His Majesty's Forest Preserve? Royal Forest Preserve. Logging and hunting forbidden by royal decree. Don't even think about it, or you will be killed. Punishment for anything is death. Yeah, that's a much better price. Hey, look how much money I've got. I no longer have a retirement fund. Too bad, though. I liked having a retirement fund. And there we go. Thank you very much. You also need to pass this to her. Back to Patrick's Tower we go. Wasn't there something nearby? They're not Empire agents, they're guarding Patrick's Tower. Nice of them. Gotta guard Patrick's Tower. Knock, knock. No, I don't want to crash in random bedrooms yet. Brief chill as you pass through a thin, invisible magical barrier. One of the guards says, "You were just checked. You have magic clearance, so you can enter." Solemn, beautiful conference room at Patrick's Tower has recently been redone in the Vanity style, although the tiles and such do not appear to be of Vanity make. The glow crystal doesn't actually glow, for example. A triad mage, huh? Meet a very old, very famous man. He is Patrick the Archmage, master of this tower. When you approach, he turns and nods to you. He simply says, "I am Patrick. Welcome to my home." Are we interrupting you? No, considering your recent experiences, your presence is welcome. I was just pondering our brothers below. Our brothers below. The Vanity, the alien brothers you yourselves introduced us to. I think about our relations with them, and our experiments. They are complicated. Life in these caves is such a fragile thing. Nothing should be able to live down here, but we manage because of magic. It is our magic that created the glowing fungus that gives us light, and thus life. But I've spoken with Rentar Irno, and I'm worried. Why is that? She is the greatest mage of the Vanity. We projected our minds so that our thoughts could meet. She told me of the deadly magics she would gladly release to protect her people. What I ask you will happen when we compete with them for limited space and What I ask you? What? Okay. What, comma, I ask you, comma, will happen when we compete with them for limited space and resources? Remember, she knows how to create quickfire. Perhaps Rentar Irno might teach me how to create quickfire. It is doubtful, but if you needed quickfire, she is the one you should talk to. He thinks, come to think of it, the Vanity were eager for your help. You might ask her about it. She may be willing to sell you the secret of its creation. Boop. We're trying to discover the secret to quickfire ourselves in our lab. Where is it? Oh, it is well hidden. I should tell you how to reach it. Go to my office, search the desk. There is a button on one of the shelves. Press it and the way will become clear to you. Okay. Anything we can do for you? As a matter of fact, yes. I'm engaged in a detailed study of the Vanity, and would help me to study them if I owned some of their artifacts. Nothing special, just things they use in day-to-day life. Please bring me one of those strange glowing cloaks they wear. I can pay you for your trouble. Do I have it? Okay, I didn't think so. Fetch quests. I can do that. Magical research. Anything which protects us from the Empire, anything which helps prolong the lives of our knights, anything which, in my judgment, increases the wisdom of the world and decreases the suffering. You're a cool guy, Patrick. I don't really approve of lava on the floor there, but cool guy. You can't keep this stuff from me. I'm an adventurer. Anything that's not bolted down. Well, I guess you can if you watch it. You have to have somebody paid to stand there and watch it. So otherwise it's going to disappear. Hey, dude. Koshran. Meet a heavy-set Moor. Huh. New type of dude. Maybe imported from, Nethergate? With an air of total self-assurance, his hands and garb are covered with stains of actual dirt. He greets you when you approach. His voice is deep and sure. My name is Koshran. Alchemy? Real dirt, isn't it? He picks a fleck of dirt off his clothes and shows it to you. You bet, I'm the gardener here. Where'd you get dirt from? Actual, honest-to-goodness dirt? It wasn't easy. The Empire brought some down with them to grow plants. We captured a wagon full of it. A rare and wondrous find indeed. He rips a pouch from his pocket and scrapes dirt from his clothes into it, so that none of it goes to waste. How'd you become the gardener? My job of the moment. I'm an alchemist, see? They thought I was a natural choice for studying and working with plants. What sort of alchemy did you deal with? Before this, you see, I did much research on mandrake. It is the rarest and most powerful reagent known. I thought it was gray mold. I developed some complicated recipes for unleashing its magic. If you would like to buy some, let me know. Okay, nothing new happened when I actually spoke to him. And those are not mine. Paper on Magical Items by someone named Rita of the Kiskani clan. It describes a new magical script recently developed in Patrick's Tower. It can only be read by one or who owns a magic item called the Deciphering Lens. I'm sure that will become relevant soon. Magical Items by someone named Rita describes something called a phoenix egg, an item created by the Vandetime mage Rentar Irno. When broken, the egg makes quick fire. How did she learn that? She's nosy. This dusty chamber is crammed full of dusty books deemed by the librarians to be less useful or interesting. Books are scarce and valuable in Avernum. Seems a real shame to see them treated this way. Browse through these forgotten dusty books. It's an unfinished novel about life in Avernum, written on lichen paper. It's about a dock worker. One thing you notice, it mentions him getting rid of barrels by shoving them into the river. For some reason, I should have made a note of that because I think it's going to become relevant soon. It's Rita. Meet a young blonde woman lost in thought. She has a bow slung over her shoulder. She shakes your hand, getting ink on it. I'm Rita of this Kiskani clan. I am the chief item researcher for this tower. Kiskani is pronounced Kikanya clan. Well, thanks. Thanks, developer, for letting me know. What you working on? I'm doing research. It's what I'm best at. What kind of research, Kikanya? I'm gonna forget. I study magic items. It's actually a big help in the war. We get lots of weird magic, and I figure out what it does, and how we should use it. Then I write a paper. It's up on our shelves. She takes a bow off her shoulder and shows it to you. Lately I've been doing some archery. I can see that. She shows you the bow. I've been studying arrows of light. They're amazing. They are very rare and valuable because of their ability to devastate any undead or demon kind they touch. If we fight someone with demon blood in them, arrows of light will be a help. Items. Identify items. She can. Very cheaply, too. But I don't think I have anything that needs identification. Magical items. Piercing crystal. Rare and valuable stone which can be used to dispel magical barriers. We already know about piercing crystals. Magical items. Kikanya clan. Gray mold salve can sometimes cure people of diseases for whom no other remedy seems to work. Mentions the Tower of Magi once held a powerful magic item called the Onyx Scepter. Now it is lost. Believe that it was given to the dragon Sulfus. Yes, I know exactly where that stupid thing is. World with Thrani. Let us fight for, air quotes, long distances. Stolen by the Empire, believed taken west of Fort Remote. Mentions that several wizards have created pairs of pants woven from special magic materials. Some were cursed, some provide strong protection. It's through. I do have magi clearance, thank you very much. Kelly, there's a woman in mage's robe sitting at the table. She has a short black hair and a distracted manner, and has several books on the table in front of her. My name is Kelly, with an I. What you working on? The mage at the tower. At the moment, doing a little research. On what? What else? I'm here to dig up dirt on several sorts of monsters. Forewarned is forearmed. What sort of monsters are you looking at now? Castle wants me to look into two sorts of monsters, mutant giants and doom guards. Giants are bad enough, but now there's mutant giants? Yeah, you've killed a few, don't you remember? I don't know much about these, but I do know this. Normally the Empire has been killing all the giants they could find. However, some other giants have been alongside them, larger, stronger, misshapen giants. We don't know where they're from, but they're deadly, very much stronger than normal, and they help the Empire. Very strange behavior for a giant. With the Doom Guard, expression darkens. They are legendary creatures who we're starting to think actually exist. Their suits of armor are almost impervious to damage, and when you actually do manage to damage them, they just split in two. Of course, the rumors may just be that, rumors. I hope so. These shelves contain the library's exceptionally valuable tomes, kept unpolished, sparsely populated shelves. Fortunately, the tomes don't seem to contain practical knowledge you crave. Their topics are very esoteric. I will examine every single one, because if I'm going to learn any spells, it would be in a frickin' mage's tower. Find a tome on of all things, Quickfire, sitting by itself on a shelf. Reading it, you learn that magical barriers are capable of holding in Quickfire. Remarkably, even the lowly fire barrier can hold the flaming torrents at bay. Decipher! This book is one of Patrick's journals. It's full of diagrams, notes, fragments of theories, and long, vague ramblings. One of them in particular catches your interest. Garzad must be dealt with. Too old, too weak, would not have a chance. Must be young, must be strong. How? Ideas. Solberg and Thompson? They have ideas. Solberg trapped near Formello, Thompson in Blosk. Must speak with them. They may help with Garzad. Garzad must be dealt with, but he thinks he's too old and too weak. Patrick himself thinks that he's not strong enough to fight Garzad. That's what he's saying. A few more lines are written, but they were smeared when someone spilled mushroom wine on the page. Oh, Patrick, you drunkard. I probably need the deciphering words for that. Interesting. Not a living statue. Cat. Felix. Cat boldly walks up to you and stares at you curiously. You stare back at it, then unexpectedly it says, "Hi, I'm Felix." He talks. How cute. Find any tasty mice? Nah, I don't hunt much. Usually Jade feeds me. I'm Jade's familiar. Who's Jade? My mistress, a mighty wizard. But she'd have to be to have me. She's in the lab now. Where's the lab? It's around here somewhere. Real secret and stuff. Stretches and meows and continues. She doesn't let me in there. Jealous of my intelligence, I guess. Can you help me? What's a familiar? Magical servant? Friend for life. Someone to feed eternally. That sort of thing. Makes small, adorable sighing motion. Actually, I could stand to be fed a little more often. Aww. Poor cat monster. Hey. Jade. Small woman with red hair. She wanders aimlessly among the tables, embalmics, and barriers of the lab, except she's wandered out of the lab. When you approach, she seems irritated. I'm Jade. Why are you wandering around? I was, before you interrupted me, performing my concentration exercises. My apologies. Why are you practicing your concentration? She points at the magical circle in the corner that I can't see, where a demon lurks.